Hello,
Hello,
Ed.
Mario. Happy
How
4th
are
of July.
you?
Have you had your dinner yet?
Yeah.
Good.
You?
Not yet, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Happy July 4th.
Be happy.
Happy, happy.
We are on test 9.
Mhm.
We said that Asni Allah, Iunami Avid Chad Kisav Asni Allah. If you make it tonight, if you're collecting charity, that whatever is given to you, you're going to give out to charity, then the issue of whether it's given for food or clothing is not an issue. You can, whoever collects it can use it for anything he wants. Ravashi Omar, Anna Asnami Lo Tzricha. Ravashi says, I don't, when people give me tzedakah to give out, I don't have to make it tonight. Whoever gives me money to give out tzedakah, they rely on my discretion that I'm going to give it to the right person. Whoever needs it, I'll give it. How do they trade tabach? They had some kind of deal that they made with these two shoichtim. The kol man David b'yom dechavi nikr l'mashchei. If somebody shechts, they eat, like one shechted Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The other shechted Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And if one of them shechted on the day that he wasn't supposed to do it, they would tear up the hide. So one of them did it. And they tore his animal's hide. And he took the guy to Bezdin. Asla kamed Rava. Kavina Rava l'shlume. And they made the other guy who tore his hide pay. Question is why? Esrei Rav Yomi bar Shlomo Rava. We said in our Mishnah Lasiyal Kitzosim that various craftsmen in a city can create their own fines and enactments based on what they decide. Why they did it? Why shouldn't they be able to do it? Lo hadar le Rava. Rava didn't have an answer. Amar of Papa. Shapi Rava lo hadar lamidi. It was good that he didn't answer. You know when that works? When there's not a great man in the city. When there's a big dayan, then they cannot make it tonight without running it by the Adam Gadol. We don't do an accounting for Gabait Staka. The treasurer of the temple. Aval Pishain Raila Dava. Zechel Dava Shenemar. V'lo yichashvu es hanoshim. Asher yitnu es hakesef al yodam. We don't interrogate them, the one who collects the money. We trust them. Even if you have a trustworthy person, treasurer in your house, you should count your money. They have to gather it and count it. Somebody comes to collect from the Gabait Staka for food. We investigate his financial statement to see whether or not he's poor enough that we give him food. But ein boitkin l'chsus. Somebody comes with torn clothing, we give him. We don't have to do any further checks. If you want, I'll give you a pasuk, I'll give you logic. Guy shows up as with embarrassing torn clothing, so we can rely that he needs it. Hello, Porush l'Rav Lachmecha, b'shin ksiv, not Porush, but Porus. That means you have to investigate, and then give him, if he comes for food. But v'hasam ksiv by garments ki tira arum v'chisiso. Kisire la'alter, you give it to him right away. If you see him with torn clothing. Rav Yehuda Amar the opposite. Boykin l'ksus, ve'ein boykin l'mezainos. You have to do an investigation if somebody comes to collect money for clothing, but you don't have to investigate if he asks for food. Iboy same as for, iboy same as kro. Iboy same as for hakametzar le v'alokametzar le. Famine causes people pain. Somebody has torn clothing doesn't cause pain. Iboy same as kro haksiv alo porus l'rav lachmecha. Porus lot to give him right away for food. Ukidikarinon porus. Not the way with shin. Only after you investigate do you give him clothing. The poor person requests clothing, you have to investigate. Parnasuni, if he asks for food, ain boitkin. Then you don't have to check. Nanasam ain poichsin l'ania oive b'makam l'makam mikikar b'pudyon. A wandering ani who goes from place to place, and he asks for tzedakah, you give him a loaf of bread that's made from a pundian, which is 1/48 of a selah, when the price of wheat is arbesoin b'selah. Lon, that's if he's just passing by. If he sleeps in the city, you give him whatever is required to stay overnight. What's that? My parnasaslina. Amrav Papa Puriu Beisadya, a bed and pajamas. If he's staying for Shabbos, noislo mazun shalosh sudas. You give him food for 3 meals. Tana imaya machzer al psachim. And Ani was knocking on doors. Then you don't have to give him from the community chest. He's getting from the community by knocking on doors. There was an ani going around collecting from doors. He went to Rav Papa to get from the community chest. Rav Papa didn't give him based on this halacha. You don't understand. If you don't give him something, when he goes walking around on doors, no one's going to give him. Lamelessly, should he die? So Rav Papa responded, if he's a guy who goes around, we don't have to give him. You don't have to give him a big amount. But lematana muetes, you give him. Is Harold back? Harold and Magda?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Harold,
Welcome back.
you guys got back today?
Last night, late last night.
Wonderful. Looks like you had a great time.
It was very nice, very nice. Long, got a long time.
You look rested.
Yeah, where are we holding?
We're on Tes Amid Aleph.
Test. Okay,
About,
great, thanks.
about a little bit more than halfway down. Did you watch the Biden debate in France?
Yes, I did. I woke up. It was 3 a.m. I watched it on purpose. Crazy. I couldn't go back to sleep afterwards.
The rest of the country couldn't either.
In back today.
He couldn't wake up.
Was it great?
Yeah. He says it was long.
How long were they gone?
How long were you gone? 10 days, right? 2
No,
weeks?
yeah, no. I was first the 7 days in New Jersey, and then 12 days in Italy.
Wow.
It's a while.
Did you go to the kosher hotel in Capri?
Well, not the guy who had the kosher hotel. The restaurant's no longer in the hotel. It's a different place.
Oh, remember?
But
Mark?
it's a few blocks walk. It's not a problem.
Was it good?
Fantastic. Very nice. Delicious.
The rest, you had pasta?
Oh yeah, they had everything. It's very good. Very good. It's just a lot of uphill and downhill. It's very steep. All those towns. So
Right.
it's a good exercise.
Right, I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about the dinim of tzedakah.
Okay.
You have to give at least 1/3 of a shekel per year. Shneamar, v'madnu aleinu mitzvah losis aleinu Shlishis hashekel b'shana lavodas beis Elokeinu. It's a pasuk in Nehemiah. Amar Avasi, shkulat tzedakah keneged kol mitzvahs. Tzedakah is like all the mitzvahs. Shenemar, ve'manu aleinu mitzvahs. Mitzvah ain't ksiv kan ela mitzvos. Lashon rabim. That to show you that, like Talmud Torah is keneged kulam. So tzedakah is a mitzvah that's keneged kulam. Simen gadol migdash Moshe. Amar Belazar. Gadol amaisa. Yoiser min ha'oiseh. You do something that causes other people to do something is better than you doing something yourself. Shenemar. Vaya maisa tzedakah shalom. Lavodas tzedakah sheket uvatech ad olam. Pasuk in Yeshayahu. Im zacha. If he's merited, halo prosper av lachmecha. You should give tzedakah with a good heart. Lo zacha anim rudim tavi bayis. You will have to give, for example, the army will come through your city and you'll have to billet soldiers in your house. So either you give it voluntarily or Hashem will make it that you'll have to give against your will. Amalu Rav of Nemachuza. He requested, do give tzedakah to each other. There will be peace in the world. Like we said, if they don't do tzedakah, you'll have to pay to the malchus in another way. When the Beis Hamikdash was around, the person gave his maxis a shekel, and they would use that to buy animals for korbanos, and he would have atonement. Now there's no Beis Hamikdash. If you have tzedakah, it's like you gave a shekel to the Beis Hamikdash. V'im lav, boin goyim v'noitlim bizroa. Otherwise, you will have to pay taxes. The king will levy all sorts of fines on you. Aval pichei nechshav lehem litzedakah. However, even if you're forced to give money to the government, Hashem calculates it as if it was tzedakah. Shnemar v'nogsayich tzedakah. Amar v'hai milsa ishtoili ula mishagesh orchose de'imei. Ula, the young, who caused a confusion in his mother's derech. We'll see what that means. Mishmei Rav Lezer, my dichsiv, vayilbash tzedakah kashir yon. You will wear tzedakah like your armor. Lo yimlecha mar shir yon zeh, kol klipa klipa mitztarefes l'shir yon gadol. In that time, the armor was made in pieces of metal that were put together. So just like an armor, piece by piece, is mitztaref to a big armor, every time you give tzedakah, it adds up to a big amount. Rav Chanina Oymar me'acha uchebeged edim kol tzid koisenu ma beged zeh kol nima v'nima mitzvahs beged gadol. A garment is made up of many threads. Now, why was he called this chacham, the young, who's confusing his mother? The boy minei Rav Achad boy bar Amim Rav Sheshet. Rav boy asked a question of Rav Sheshet minay l'mitzor b'mei sipura. When the Mitzorah is going through his purification, at some point he has to count 7 days after he brings the birds. Now, if he touches somebody during that period, he's Mitame Adam. Since if he touches Begodim, he's Mitame them. Mitame Adam. He also will metame Adam. Amr lei. Dilma b'chiburim shiny. Maybe Begodim is connected to the person, but maybe that's why it becomes tummy, but maybe a separate human being that he touches, he doesn't metame. Daha hisit nevela. You have a cow that's been shot and it's dead. So it's a nevela. If you move tumas nevela, even if you don't touch it, you put it in a box and you move the box. Metame begodim ve'en metame adam. So that's no proof that just because something is metame begodim is metame adam. Amalei ela sheretz shemetame adam minalim. How do you know that a dead sheretz, if a dead person, if a person touches it, he becomes tamei? Lav mishum shemetame begodim. We learn that from the fact that a sheretz is metame begodim. Amalei sheretz badeksiv beit. It's written in the pasuk. O ish asher yiga b'chol sheretz to become tamei. So elashich vazera shemetame adam minalim. If you touch seminal emission, how do you know it's metame a person? Lav mishu shol metame begodim metame adam. Isn't it the same? Since it's metame begodim, it's metame a person. Amr lei shich vazer nami badeksiv beit. O ish asher titzeh min shich vazer becomes tame. Oh, hu letoisefes. The rabbos is an ogeya. To include someone who touches shich vazer becomes tame. So ahar lei b'bdichusa. Rav Achadboy answered him in a riddle. And Cholish Daite to Rav Sheshes. Rav Sheshes got embarrassed. They didn't answer him like he was making fun of him that he doesn't know the pasuk. And Ishtik, Rav Achadboy Barami V'Syakar Talmudei, he became mute and he forgot his learning. Asi Ime V'Kabachi Kamei. So Rav Achadboy's mother came and davened in front of Rav Sheshes. She cried and cried. He didn't listen. Amr lei, so the mother said to Rav Sheshes, Chazi la'ani chad yoyde motzitz minayu. I guess she was the nursemaid for Rav Sheshes. Rav Sheshes nursed from her. So, boy rachmei alai v'itzi. So, he did daven for the woman's son. So from then on, they called him Atzair Mishabish Or Chosimo. Uda Ason Allah Minalan. So how do we know that a Mitzorah during her 7 days of counting, that if he touches a human being, he's Mitami the human being? Kidatanya. Rav Shem ben Yochai Omer. Nemar Kibus B'gad B'mei Sipurov. Nemar Kibus B'gad B'mei Chiluto. When he becomes a Mitzorah, Muchlet, he has to launder his clothing. And then it says he has to launder his clothing during the 7 days. Malahalon, when he's a mitzvah muchlet metame adam, afkan metame adam, during the sphera of the 7 days, he's metame adam as well. Back to general comments about tzedakah. Rabbi Lazar, gadol oisid tzedakah b'seisur Yosef Moshe Rabbeinu. A person who gives tzedakah secretly, without the receiver knowing who gave it, it's greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu ksiv ki agorti b'nei afa chema. Vilu bosid tzedakah ksiv man b'seisur yichpe af v'shochat b'cheik chema aza. That giving a gift in secret will quiet down even a chama aza, a hot anger. Upligid Rav Yitzchak. Sham Rav Yitzchak ha'af koife. But chema ain't a koife. That af, anger of af will be solved by matan b'seid, but chema will not. Shenema v'shoichad b'cheik chama aza, afal pi sheshoichad b'cheik chama aza. Even though you've given tzedakah b'seid there will still be a chama aza to damage him. It's a different drasha. A judge who takes bribes, he brings severe anger. Shenemar, whoever gives even a penny to an ani will receive 6 brachos. You don't, tzedakah isn't just giving money, it's talking to him nicely. You get 11 blessings. That Then it says, Az yibaka keshoichad aruch, varuchasayich mehera titzmach, valach vanecha tzidkecha, kvod Hashem yasvecha, az tikrav Hashem yaneh. So the pasuk relates 6 brachos. If you speak to him kindly, you receive 11 blessings. Shenemar, vatafek lara nafshecha, v'nefesh taneh tazbiyah. Someone who does that, what happens to him? His light will shine during the dark. Like at noontime. V'nachashem tamid, Hashem will make him nachas. He'll provide sova, that means fullness. We built destroyed things. Moistei dor v'dor tikuma. Somebody who runs after tzedakah v'chesed will find life, tzedakah, and kavod. Mishum rodev tzedakah yimatzei tzedakah. Understand? Because he runs after to give tzedakah, he will get tzedakah. Sounds like he's going to become poor, and people have to give him tzedakah. That's not a great reward. You encourage other people and cause other people to give tzedakah. Hashem will give you money that you'll be able to do tzedakah with. Hashem will send you righteous aniyim, not fakers, not charlatans. Because many times you give tzedakah to an ani, they're not really aniyim. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu will send you real people who need tzedakah. So you get reward. Lafuke mai the Dorsh Rabbah. The Dorsh Rabbah, mai d'chsiv. V'yu muchshol fanecha be'eit apcha seh bahem. Omer yimel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Shalaylam. Afilu b'shasha koifen es yitzor mevakshim lasod tzedakah fanecha. These people who were doing bad for me, if they stop the Yetzer Hara and they want to do good, he davened for them that send them tricksters that they're not really poor people. Let them give tzedakah to non-worthy people. Let them think they're giving schar, but they won't. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Omar, somebody who gives tzedakah all the time is going to have smart children, balei oisher, they're going to have wealth, balei agoda. And the Gemara will explain, balei chachma, they'll explain the different drushes. Okay. Tomorrow, 4:30.
4:30.